Yeah.
It's Whitney Johnson from Sprint Post Up. I'm in Brooklyn at St. John's Rec at the TA9 Skills Academy for this school back here. Shout out to her doing big things. Very proud to make it.
Appreciate it. Big mommy in the building. You gotta soak all this in. So, first of all, I just want to thank you guys for coming. I mean,
Yeah.
it meant a lot to me. This is the first time I'm doing this. We had a great turnout. I hope it was a great day for you guys. Did you guys enjoy yourself? Yeah. You guys can tell me that. So the goal is to keep making steps forward. So hopefully we can have a TA9, 14 under, 12 and under high school division. We can move on to a weekly camp. Maybe I can get LIU. We can sleep in their dorms. You know, this is just the foundation to, you know, take some bigger steps in the future. So for those who don't know, I'm tiny, 25 years old. Grew up playing in the gym. It's the first gym I picked up a basketball in. So, you know, it feels good to be back here and do this with you guys. From here, I started playing with munching tournaments all around. For me, my issue was being ignorant. Not negatively ignorant, but just not knowing stuff. Like, me and Munch, we kind of grew up in this basketball world together. I didn't really know about AAU. All I knew was West Fork. They had Nike swoosh. My main focus was trophies and shorts. That was my focus all the way till junior year of high school. And then it's like, Tiny, where you gonna play college ball? I'm like, college ball? West Fork trip next week. What you talking about? You know what I mean? So I didn't really, you know that. And it was crazy because all of the girls I'm playing in these tournaments, it's the same girls that's playing AAU. So it didn't click to me until maybe around the end of my junior year. And it's almost late by then. So, you know, me and Munch, we grinded it out. We made our No Limit AAU team. We piled up in his expedition truck. Got some uniforms from Bobby's, put some numbers on it, did a little fundraising. It was 9 of us in his expedition truck, his wife, and we drove down to Atlanta, one tournament. So I played one tournament of AAU. So we went to Mike White, Adidas camp, and my team, we was like you guys, we was scrappy. We didn't have no big. Our biggest person was 5'9". We call her Baby D. 5'9", she was a little bit shorter than you, built the same way. 5'9", Baby D, that's the biggest girl on our team. Everybody's the same height. We never had no plays. We practiced once a week in this gym, and it wasn't practice, we just did open gym. We went down there, and I bought these uniforms, mismatched sneakers, mismatched socks. We didn't have none of that. Everybody out there with their uniforms, they got buses. Me and 3 of the guards climbing out the trunk of his expedition. Mind you, we were laying on the bags down, so we just grinded it out and made it happen. We went up there, I think we went about 4 and 2. But the thing about it was we was turning heads. It didn't matter, you know, we didn't have the uniforms, we didn't have the height, we didn't have the name. But we turned heads, we pulled a couple upsets, and fortunate for me, after that, I had verbal to Syracuse. So from that one tournament, that got me to verbal to Syracuse. But, you know, let me see, that was probably in the summertime. So up until December, I was getting letters every day, postcards, all of that. But the guy that was recruiting me was the assistant coach. The head coach actually got a chance to give a letter to an All-American. So who they gonna go with, All-American or this girl they just seen for one tournament? So that went out the door, but the coach felt bad and he got in contact with the Morgan State coach. That was one of his best friends. So he like, you know, I got this girl, unfortunately I'm in a bad position, I can't sign her. You know, who y'all looking for? So Morgan State is fortunate to give us an unofficial visit. So once again, Munch expedition, 6 of us, because 6 of us were seniors that same year. So all 6 of us drove down to Morgan. We did an open gym with Whitney because Whitney was a senior when I came in as a freshman. So she was a junior at the time. We did a little scrimmage and we seen the campus, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with Morgan State, but it seems like every year they add a building to the school. So it's one of the best HBCUs around right now with the campus-wise. So that year they were building a new student center. They were building supposedly a bowling alley. They were building new dorms. They put a theater in the student center, everything like that. So, you know, we played with them, and, you know, Morgan State history, Whitney's whole first 3 years, they won maybe a total of 6 games.
Well, 6. Look at that.
Was it? I thought it was 8 or 7. I'm We're gonna say that. So, you know, I didn't have no options. So I'm like, why not? It's down the block. I had family an hour away. I mean, I played good. I'm like, we good. We signed again. So, you know, we go to Morgan, and it's like, you know, I didn't know about AAU, but I was fortunate enough to, you know, go there. So I went to Morgan. You know, we did good the first year. We took the trip. Then every year after that, it was just like history. It was like no matter what we did, it was history. We won the first game, history. 2 in a row, oh, history. 3 in a row, history. Oh, Morgan's on 5-game history. And it was like everybody doubted us because they knew old Morgan. So we made it to the championship. And then from there, once the coach changed my game, like I said, I went in the pass first. It was like I became able to score for myself and set my team up. So it was kind of like I was hard to guard. And it was like a lot of records and stuff about college. So it was like, by the time I was in my junior year, I had mostly all the records in the school. So I'm all-time leading assist for the women. I'm all-time leading scorer for men and women at Morgan. I got a steals record. I'm 10th for rebounding. I got first tripped up. Like, I just went crazy there. So, you know, that was something that was unexpected, but it worked out for me. And then from there, you know, trying to enter the pro world, I was fortunate enough to be a draft prospect. Something else I knew nothing about. I didn't know anything about the pro world. And, you know, I had another setback. I picked the wrong agent. She wasn't certified. And that messed me up as far as, you know, going to WNBA camps and stuff. Because what happened was the Sparks were interested, but she pissed them off. And then once they found out she wasn't certified, it was like updated from her. My ignorance, you know, it kind of held me back from opportunities I could have had. But at the same time, I worked hard and I still made the best of my situation. So, you know, I know y'all tired of hearing all day, but I figure, you know, you guys get this information that I didn't get, you know, that'll help you, you know, along your journey. So, for those who are in middle school, you know, I didn't know about, you know, the Bertrams and Francis Lewis and the Christ the Kings. I literally picked my high schools. I picked 2 boroughs. I flipped the book, opened my eyes, wrote that down. Flipped it. I did that 5 times. My mother said, all right, we'll pick the best academic school out of your choices. I said, are you sure? Because you seen how I picked it. And I ended up at Madison. I went to Madison, and I did the same thing I did there at Morgan. They retired my jersey and everything like that, but it wasn't a basketball school. So for those that, you know, are entering high school, try to, you know, figure out what the basketball schools are, like Bertram and Christ the King and Francis Lewis and South Shore. You know, I didn't know anything about that.
But then again, they could become a tiny like you.
You're right, but I'm just saying, to better the chances of being successful, just try to put yourself in better positions. So once you get into high school, you guys should be focusing on your SAT and your ACT. I mean, you can take that as early as you want, and, you know, just try to get a good score, because once you get a good score, you have more options as far as colleges. And even if you don't get a basketball scholarship, you get an academic scholarship. You can get an academic grant. Like, once your grades are good, your opportunities are big. So for those that's in high school, did anybody say anything about the clearinghouse? No. Oh, yes. Nobody said anything about clearinghouse today? Well, clearinghouse allows you to receive a scholarship from a school. So what that is, you have to have 14, or I don't know if it's 14 still or 16, but you basically have to have what they call core credits. So for clearinghouse, they want you to have 4 years of math, 3 years of English, 2 sciences. So based on what your transcript is in high school, it has to match up with the NCAA clearinghouse core credits. So a lot of times, it's better if you register your junior year, you register, you see what you didn't do, and then for your senior year, you can take those courses. Because if you don't register for the clearinghouse and Duke wants to sign you, you can't go. You can't accept that scholarship. So for those that's about to start school in September and you're in high school, some guidance counselors don't really know about it, but once you talk to them, tell them about the clearinghouse and then have them follow up on the information. Because I actually was ineligible the first 2 months I went to Morgan because my school didn't do the clearinghouse right. So I had to work out on the side. I didn't mind it because they was going hard in preseason. I'm like, oh, sorry, I can't work out with y'all, but I'm gonna just go over here and shoot while y'all run 3 miles. But you know, you gotta get the clearinghouse because that's the only way you can actually accept.
They never want to stretch.
No, I never stretch. I never stretched. I never counted. Like I'm mute on court. Like I don't like to talk. I'm just focused. Like I don't talk trash. I don't do none of that. So we stretching and counting. I'm not counting. I'm thinking about the game. I didn't like stretching because I'm just used to, you know, playing in the tournaments. You just walk in the park and you play. Like, you don't really stretch. I'm paying for it now, believe me. Like, I gotta take ice baths every day. It's crazy, but
So stretch.
I mean,
Just like they say.
stretch is very important. So don't be like me. Questions?
What grade do you have to sign up for clearinghouse?
Clearinghouse? It's no requirement. I believe you can register anytime you want. You just gotta register before you graduate. So once you sign up, I gotta get the website. It might be like clearinghouse.com or something. I don't know. But if you just type in the Google,
No, just type in NCAA Clearinghouse. It's gonna come up.
you can register there. And I think there's probably like a
They
$10
got-
fee, but your school has waivers. So once you go speak to your guidance counselor about it, like I want to play, you know, a collegiate sport, because it's not just for basketball, it's for every collegiate sport. So once you register for that, it's going to tell you exactly what you need to be able to receive the scholarship, and they call it core credits.
Auntie! Give a shout out, Auntie.
Shout out.
Say
Shouting out to the TA9.
She gotta do that. Gotta do that.
Wrapping up today, TA9 Skills Academy. First year in the books. Got Whitney, big homie from Morgan, Red Raven, Jersey's finest, K-Zach, biggest thing out of Brooklyn, Germany. She everywhere, she stick. You know, just appreciate everybody coming out, running back to where I'm from, St. John's, right? First place I ever picked up the ball. And you know, just look out for the future.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you gotta love it. Oh, you gotta love it. I heard what's circulating, let's get to the bottom of it. I told one to send me something and I got it covered. Somehow I always rise above it. Why you think I got my head in the clouds on my last album cover? The game is all mine and I'm mighty possessive.